Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of Fantasy Booking AEW here on the ZOP channel. I keep wanting to say network. I don't know why.
Gaming channel.
Gaming channel, but it still sounds gaming network sounds better. You should change to network.
We are the ZOP network. Work.
There we go. I'm Tim.
I'm Adam.
And
Bush.
You're bringing that over from another... Wow. You just cannot let that die, can you?
You know, there's one person out there who's like, I get the reference.
Yeah, he's right here. Anyway, we are about to do another episode of Fantasy Booking. This is the post-show of AEW Revolution, Adam. What you
At Revolution.
That's correct. That was at Revolution. And that was a stacked card.
It was.
And we're in the post-Dynamite for that. And Adam...
Yes.
It's a stacked card because we are building towards Battle of the Belts. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we're doing Battle of the Belts. We're just not doing it at the same time normal AEW is doing it.
That's right. We're building to Bob.
We're building the... No, it's Bobbed... Because it's B-O-T-B.
Look, man, the T just gets left out, okay?
No.
Just leave it out.
Nope.
It's silent.
Fine, it's Bob
It's Bob with a silent T.
There we go. It's Bob with a silent T. And that's how we're going to say it from now on.
Okay.
But yes, we have a stack card, so we're going to go right into it. Let's start with the dark matches, Adam.
Yes.
You picked the name, so I'm going to have you cover this.
Absolutely. I love picking names for our local enhancement talent. The American Wolves are taking on James and Cedric, a.k.a. Team JC. And yes, the American Wolves beat them so much that some kid out in the crowd went, Jesus Christ! And yeah, that's where Team JC got their name.
Okay, so another win for the American Wolves. The next matchup, we have Cody Rhodes. Yes, in our fantasy booking, he's still with the company.
Of course he is. He's talent.
After he lost to Flip Gordon and then tried to kill him.
Well,
not kill him, paralyze him.
Yeah, paralyze him.
But Cody Rhodes is taking on who?
He'll be taking on Dante Randall, a local clerk from town.
Okay. Yeah, and yes, Cody Rhodes wins that one. I was tempted to have him lose it just for the hell of it because it's Cody Rhodes.
It was a close match, though.
But no, we want to build Cody Rhodes up for that.
They almost went to a time limit draw.
Of 10 minutes.
Yes.
No, of 45 minutes. Yeah. If we're going to do a 10 limit draw and you're going to make a joke out of it, you got to put more time on it.
Of course.
But yes, that is the dark match. If you need a reminder, the dark matches are there basically just to give wins to people so we have them built up.
Exactly.
But we're going to go into the first segment, Adam, and we're heading to the Battle of the Belts. We don't have that enough championships for the Battle of the Belts to be truly a Battle of the Belts.
Okay.
So, Adam, we're introducing the AEW Women's Tag Team Championships. According to the inspiration,
we are a real company now.
No, and not until the championship been formed. But we're building to being an actual division, according to them.
Okay.
And
we physically have the belts,
but it is officially announced. The tournament is going to be between the following teams: the Queen's Quest versus the Role Models, High Wire versus Team Kick, the Inspiration versus Up All Night. And our opening tournament matchup, which is right now, Adam.
Oh my God, no way.
The big time players versus Bad Reputation.
I'm sorry, Bad Reputation. Come on, it's the big time players.
So I know those names mean nothing to you, but don't worry. When those teams come up, we will be telling you the names of all the competitors. Some of them, like this one, big time players, you should know already because we've already had them. This is Becky Lynch and Mercedes Banks, formerly Sasha Banks, taking on Aaliyah James, and Zoe Sky. Adam, why don't you take this one?
All right, so the match is going on great, and Becky takes the ref, and Becky and the ref are distracted when Zoe Sky grabs the Impact Knockouts tag straps. Sasha locks Aaliyah in the bank statement, and Aaliyah taps out. The ref doesn't see it thanks to Zoe releasing the belt and decks Becky, who comes after her. The ref restrains, allowing Sky to grab the other belt. Sasha releases the submission. Zoe slips the belt to Aaliyah, who hits Sasha from behind. I mean Mercedes. I'm so sorry about all of that.
I put that in there myself.
They tag and drop Becky, who crashes into the barricade. This allowed James and Sky to hit Public Threat for the win.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Bad reputation beat big-time players. They had to cheat.
Totally.
But yes, in the segment after, Sky and Leah James celebrate and head to the back when the role models of Bailey Rose and Dr. Britt Baker, DMD, run out, beat up Sasha, Mercedes, and Becky. After the attack, they pose on the stage. Becky grabs the mic and says they should have an eye on their backs for their quarterfinal matchup next week, because you never know when they're going to strike. So I think Becky
that's a big threat right there.
She just admitted that they're going to try to cost them.
Of course.
So the ref should be have an eye out for that, I guess, for next week.
I mean, you can keep an eye out, but...
anyway, we got to move on to the next matchup. Adam, he's your boy, so...
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for a singles match. Kenny Omega taking on Lee Johnson. The match clocks in at just under 5 minutes. Kenny could have clearly finished it a lot earlier, but he wanted to show off. That's all it was.
Yep.
Kenny Omega defeats Lee Johnson in under 5 minutes. It was a squash match.
And let's be honest, the cleaner had to show why he's the cleaner.
Oh, yeah. He cleaned up.
But we got to cut to the back, Adam. And this guy's your boy, too. You want this one?
Oh, absolutely. I'm loving this series going on right now. It's earlier in the day. Hangman Page is back in the locker room, clearly drunk. The Dark Order are trying to sober him up so he can be ready for his match. They give him coffee, try to give him water, anything, but he keeps reaching for his beer over and over again. -1, just not taking it anymore. Throws papers into Hangman's face, pulling a page out of his own dad's book.
Yes, he is.
And he says to him, sober up or get out of the Dark Order. They have other things to deal with, like Alan Angels. This seems to hit Page as he picks up the coffee instead of the beer.
Is he going to sober up enough for his match later?
I honestly don't think that'll be possible.
Probably not, but maybe will be able to at least be somewhat coherent.
Yes.
Probably
that
not.
Seems better.
But we got to go back to the ring, Adam, for Jake Hager taking on Angelico of the Hybrid. And Hager crushed on Angelico in minutes, making him tap out to the ankle lock. That's right, Jake Hager gets a victory.
Another squash match tonight.
Yes. Well, it's the post-show from Revolution.
It's understandable.
But we're going to cut to the back now where Zoe Sky and Leah James comment how they were supposed to lose to the veteran team tonight.
It would have... Clearly, it was supposed to go that way.
But they just showed the world what they'll do anything, whatever it takes, to not only get to the finals, but be the first AEW World Women's Tag Team Champions.
That is a fire that only comes from being part of the youth, being young and hungry.
Yes, it is. But going back to the ring, we have the Red Dragons. Red Dragons. It's spelled wrong. There's another D in there.
It's not the Re-Dragons?
I don't know.
Like they're doing it again?
Maybe. But they're taking on the Private Party. And the Red Dragons beat Private Party in a good back-and-forth match. Private Party even hit Gin and Juice on Bobby, but Kyle O'Reilly breaks up the pin. This comes to an end when Bobby and Kylie.
Wow.
Yeah,
bro.
Kyle. And I spelled Bobby's name wrong.
I know. I understand why you said Kylie.
There's another Bobby with the spelled that way. Kyle hit the total elimination for the win, getting a good victory over for another.
A very solid tag team.
Yes. Private Party was just almost there. They hit Gin and Juice, but Kyle
it got broken up.
And then why do you take this next matchup? This is Alan Angels and Dakota Eve. So
absolutely. So we're going backstage. The new TBS champion, Dakota Eve, is with Alan Angels as they talk. She says she finally got herself off to the right path in AEW, proving to all the haters and naysayers that she is championship material. Alan talks about it was time for him to step into the spotlight away from his so-called brothers, who only laid into him for having a tiny... Dakota says he can't say that here, okay?
No,
you just can't.
You can't. That's for YouTube only.
Exactly. But she confirms it's not tiny at all. Alan says he's going to make his own path, starting with Colt Cabana next week. Dakota opens up an open challenge for her championship tonight in the featured contest. Main event.
Yes. That's bold for the new champion to do that. I know. So
1 week after winning it.
Yes, good for her. But Adam,
yes,
we're going back to the record, and I'm going to take this, even though these are your boys too.
I know,
but I like them too. So, we have Ricochet and Will Ospreay teaming up, Adam, against Tyler Black, formerly Seth Rollins, and Lio Rush. Lilo. Yes, Lilo and Stitch.
What a rush, man.
What a rush. Will connects with Stormbreaker on Black, tags in Ricochet, goes for the 630 splash. Lilo pulls Tyler out of the way. Will comes in after him, drops him into the steel steps. Rush is in, hits the rush hour on Ricochet, leading to Black King the curb stop for the win.
Oh my God.
This was I can just tell you this much. This was one of those matches that Jim Cornette had an aneurysm for.
Well, I mean, any match that Ricochet and Will Ospreay are in together will always send Jim into spiraling depression.
Whether they're teaming up, facing off against each other.
Rage and depression.
Yes.
Very impotent depression.
But we're going to go to the back end. Why don't you take this promo?
All right. The OGBC celebrate in the ring about AJ being the #1 contender for the AEW World Championship. Thunder Rosa is the AEW World's Women's Champion, and the Good Brothers are the AEW World Tag Team Champions. Prince Balor mentions he might just decide to set his eyes on the TNT Championship, but they have other things to focus on right now. Prince issues a challenge to Kenny Omega for a rematch next week, 1-on-1. See if the cleaner can beat him when he hasn't already wrestled. The Good Brothers said that they call out the Young Bucks and say in 2 weeks they will get their title shot, but the belts aren't going anywhere. And AJ says at Battle of the Belts he will be the new AEW World Champion. He tasked Thunder Rosa about finding some more ladies to join and go after the new AEW World Women's Tag Team Championships once the tournament is over.
So it looks like the OG Bull Club is planning on expanding.
Hey, damn right they are.
So
they are absolutely in control around here too.
But they kind of forgot about the TBS Championship.
Whatever.
But
they'll recruit.
Doesn't mean she can't. This wasn't mentioned. It doesn't mean that she can't find someone to
join
them for that. But yes, we're going back to the ring. Adam, why don't you take this matchup as well?
All right, we've got a singles match. It's CM Punk taking on Shawn Spears. CM Punk ducks under Shawn Spears' chair shot during his entrance and beats him down the ramp into the ring. He connects with a GTS after the bell for the win. That was fast.
Yeah. Kind of playing off the real-life matchup happened.
Damn!
Why don't you take the segment too?
All right. Right afterwards, Page comes to the ring, clearly still drunk, but not as he has in the past. And Jay Lethal is not happy about it whatsoever.
He's in the ring. He's not happy.
He's like, dude,
he doesn't want to wrestle.
Get your cowboy shit together, okay?
You gotta have trust for the person who's in the ring. You don't want to get injured. He doesn't want to get him injured. All that, but take the matchup away as well.
All right, this is a singles match of Hangman Adam Page taking on Jay Lethal. Lethal carries the match, with Page restoring to his old tactics of slipping out of the ring to grab a beer when he's losing in the ring. Lethal has had enough and knocks the beer out of Page's hand, hits him with an overhead release suplex, tosses him into the ring and connects with lethal injections and covers Page. Page kicks out with power at 1. Lethal can't believe it. Page fires up and goes on a riot and nearly gets DQ'd. Eventually, Lethal gets back in control, but Page counters another lethal injection and connects with a brutal buckshot lariat for the win.
Wow. That's one of Hangman's first wins since...
He turned it up. He found second gear.
He found something. I don't know. I think maybe it might have something to do with Jay Lethal knocking that beer out.
I mean, it's much like taking Orange Cassidy's sunglasses away from him.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's not a good idea.
Yeah, so, well, good for him. Afterwards, Hangman is shocked with his arm raised in victory. He slips out of the ring, heads to the back, and a fan hands him a beer, and he takes it. And he's to the back. So, but yeah, so good for him. Maybe this will be a turnaround for him.
Yeah, he needs to drink a lot more coffee. Get off the alcohol.
You can have let it be a reward for the victory in the ring.
Yeah, but he was doing it during the match.
I know, that's what I'm saying. Get off it. Coffee before. If you win, you get your beer at the end.
Okay.
It's simple
just
as
not
that.
During the match.
Yeah, just not during the match. But anyway, we had the featured contest for the TBS Championship that Dakota Kai declared. Right on. Adam, I'm going to give this one to you.
All right. This is the main event, ladies and gentlemen. The TBS champion, Dakota Eve, with Alan Angels. She'll be taking on Santana Garrett. Garrett hits a power slam on Dakota and pulls her up and goes for a belly-to-belly overhead. Dakota flips through and lands on her feet. She hits a back kick, sending Garrett into the corner. Dakota runs for the around-the-world kick, but Garrett ducks and goes for a Midwest sweetheart. Alan jumps on the apron and pulls Dakota off. Garrett gets around into the...
Turns around
and the talk to you later for the win. And still champion, Dakota Eve.
I think her dating, I'm assuming they're dating, based on those comments earlier.
Yeah.
It's paying off for Dakota Eve.
Definitely.
But good for her, for a good, successful title defense right after winning it. Always a great thing to happen there.
Wonderful, wonderful way to close out the show. But
we have to go to the back. We have there
because we have more.
The Elite Bullet Club has a response to there. Kenny in the back with Young Bucks, Adam Cole, and Rio all talk. Kenny says he accepts Balor's challenge for next week, and he'll show why he was never able to compete in the heavyweight division in New Japan.
Oh, shots fired.
And that's how we end the show of this week's episode of Dynamite. So, ladies and gentlemen, what did you think of this episode? Did you enjoy it? What do you think we're going? What is Battle of the Belts going to look like? And out of all the tag teams for the women's tag tournament, who do you think is going to walk out with those belts? Comment down below. Adam, why don't you close us out?
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for checking out this week's episode. Go ahead and give us a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel. Join that notification squad by ringing the bell. Please, once again, leave another comment down below. First. I'm going to get there first, though. Haha.
Sure.